guys, welcome back to another video from Self-Sufficient Mama. If this is your first time watching my videos, please subscribe to my channel as it helps get more videos out to everyone else. Today we are going to be making lentil soup, and I will put the recipe down below. So first we're going to get a big pot and heat it up, and this recipe makes 8 servings, but if you want to split it in half to make 4, you can do that. It freezes very well, it is a detox friendly food, and it is easy to digest, and it is also vegan. So we are going to put a half a cup of olive oil. I know that that seems like a lot, but we need it in this soup. It's going to give it a nice rich creamy texture. So we're gonna heat this olive oil up until it starts simmering. We want it really hot before we add our onions and carrots in. Okay, so our oil is nice and hot, so we can add our carrots in. This is 4 carrots diced up into all the same size so they can cook evenly. And this is 1 large yellow onion, diced also. We are just going to cook this until the onions become translucent. Should be about 5 minutes. So that's been about 5 minutes, and as you can see, our onions have become translucent. So now we're going to add our garlic. This is about 6 cloves of garlic minced. Going to stir that in. I'm going to turn the heat down a little bit. I had it on high, and now I just have it on medium high. To this, we are going to add 1 teaspoon of curry powder, and a half a teaspoon of ground cumin. You can add more spice if you want, but my family is very sensitive to spice, so I'm not adding a whole lot. Stir those in. About 30 seconds here. Then to this, we are going to add 2 large cans of stewed tomatoes, or peeled tomatoes. So I have the 2 large cans here. We're going to pour both of those in. That in. We're going to cook this for a few minutes while we're stirring. So this has cooked down for a few minutes, not too long. So now we're going to add our lentils. These are just regular brown lentils, and it's 1 full 16-ounce bag. I went ahead and rinsed them already. We're going to add those to our pot. We're going to stir those in. Then we are going to add in water and vegetable stock. So I have 2 32-ounce containers of vegetable broth. We're gonna add those in. So this recipe is really easy to break down in half. I'm gonna need a bigger pot. Okay, so I switched to a bigger pot because I am not gonna fit all of these liquids in here. I'm going to add my second container of vegetable broth. And I'm going to add 2 cups of water as well. If you need to add some more water later on, you can. If you want a more soupy texture, if you want it thicker, you can just keep it at 2 cups. I'm going to add the salt and the red pepper flakes and the black pepper. We're going to need 2 teaspoons of salt. A pinch of red pepper flakes. Black pepper to taste. You can add more. Just adjust it to your flavor likings. Give it a stir, and then it's going to stay and simmer for about 25 to 30 minutes. I'm going to add the salt and the red pepper flakes and the black pepper. We're going to need 2 teaspoons of salt. Pinch of red pepper flakes, and ground black pepper to taste. You can add more. Just adjust it to your flavor likings. Give it a stir, and then it's going to stay and simmer for about 25 to 30 minutes. Okay, so it's been about 30 minutes, and as you could see, our lentils are cooked. Our soup has thickened up some. The next step is to take about 2 cups of the soup and blend it in a blender, and then add it back to the soup. That will give it a nice creamy thick texture. And you don't have to do this step if you don't want to, but I like my soup a little thick, so I'm going to do it. It is all blended up. I'm going to add it back in. Be careful because it does splash. Don't want to get yourself. Soup is hot. I'm going to stir this up. The very last step is to add 2 cups of collard greens. Now, I originally did this recipe because I have a whole garden full of collard greens, and I was trying to get rid of them and so they wouldn't go to waste, and create another recipe to where I could use collard greens. So here's my 2 cups. I just cleaned them, took out the spine. and dice them into 1 by 1 inch pieces. We're gonna add those into the soup, stir them in, and this will be ready to serve after about 5 to 10 minutes when all of the collard greens have softened up. All right, to top off this recipe, we are gonna add the juice, oops, upside down, of 1 lemon. That's going to help all of the flavors blend together and pop in this recipe. After that, just stir it up and it is ready to serve.